It's a new day and I have a new attitude and a new approach to this bike. I really want to run this single speed before switching it to gears, and I've done a little bit of research and I'm a little bit more prepared. I think I just had unrealistic expectations the first time around. I thought most of my existing parts would switch on and there were some gotchas, and now that I've done enough research, I've got the right parts, I can do this now. So after talking to Santa Cruz, even though this bike ships with a 30 tooth, if you want to run single speed, they recommend the aluminum one instead of this, but this can be run single speed, but you need a 34 or 36 tooth for the chain to be able to clear the chainstay. So I picked up a 34 tooth, which means I need a lower gear in the back, so this is a 22. I'm gonna swap these out, see if we got the clearance we need, and if so, finish building this bad boy up. We got the 22 tooth on the back. Now I hope my chain's not too small. That would be a bummer. But at least they're cheap chains. Okay. Got the 34 tooth here. This should pull it far away from the chainstay. Well, unfortunately, I cut my chain for that 30 tooth, and I cut it a link too short, so I need to patch together the extra pieces. It's so close, but not quite there. Oh well, I can patch that together and get this working. The good news is, I'm now gonna have clearance down there to run this single speed. All right, we got a chain on and it's got some clearance. Let's tighten this up a little, see what it's gonna look like. A 36 would have got me even more clearance, but man, finding a 36 is almost impossible. It's at least not rubbing the chainstay protector now, which makes me feel a lot better. I saw where Bike Radar was running with a 30 tooth and it was rubbing, and they're like, but it's not rubbing the carbon, so it's okay. That's not okay with me. We shouldn't get much chain slap, because A, it can't, and B, there's no derailleur. It's pretty much the same tension almost all the time. I just needed a new state of mind, and I needed to have realistic expectations about building this bike up from my old parts. Had to buy a new headset and a new chain ring, but that's about it. We have a working bike. Yay, it's so simple. There are fewer cables. That was frustrating. I definitely had to readjust my expectations. I thought that I'd just be able to swap stuff over like most of my other hardtails, but this one stumped me a few times. I've got just enough clearance under there. I can tighten the chain a little. It'll stretch a little bit when I start riding it a little bit. We'll get that all dialed. I'm excited to take this as a single speed. I think that's a fun way to build this up. Though I do recommend, if you are going to build a Chameleon for single speed, I recommend the aluminum one, because the chainstay does not come down there. It stays higher and you can run a smaller tooth. Most people are running 32 teeth and like a 19 or 20. So you have to change your calculations a little bit when you go to a 34. It's a beautiful frame, I'll give it that. And once all the cables are in there, it's nice, but running the cables was a pain. So I would either buy this as a complete bike, that's my #1 recommendation, or have your shop build it, because there's a lot of little gotchas where I thought I had it and then it's like, oh no, this piece needs to go there. You have to take that all out again, and that was a little bit tricky.